So first, a message from Mahmoud.
Hi all, my name is Sabreen Mohammed, and I will now read a statement on behalf of Mahmoud Khalil's support team. Today, an immigration judge ruled that Mahmoud can be removed from this country, a decision as unjust as it is alarming. Despite the government's failure to prove that Mahmoud broke any law, the court has decided that lawful permanent residents can have their status revoked for pro-Palestine advocacy. This is a blatant violation of the First Amendment and a dangerous precedent for anyone who believes in free speech and political expression. But this decision should not pacify you. It should embolden and encourage you. Those who know Mahmoud know him for his fierce commitment to justice and his refusal to back down from even the steepest of challenges. It is Mahmoud's fighting spirit that we must embrace in the following days. While his deportation would devastate his wife and their soon-to-be-born child, it would also intimidate all who dare to speak for Palestinian liberation. In recent weeks, this repression has only intensified, with the visas of students presumed to be pro-Palestine being revoked daily. We must not give in to this chilling effect for Mahmoud, for Rumaisa, for Badr Khan Suri, and for hundreds of others. Mahmoud is currently imprisoned in Louisiana, a state that detains over 7,000 people daily and serves as the second largest hub for immigration detention in the U.S. At the end of today's hearing, Mahmoud stated the following: I would like to quote what you said last time, that there's nothing that's more important to this court than due process rights and fundamental fairness. Clearly, what we witnessed today, neither of these principles were present today or in this whole process. This is exactly why the Trump administration has sent me to this court 1,000 miles away from my family. I just hope that the urgency that you deemed fit for me is afforded to the hundreds of others who have been here without hearing for months. This is the site of Mahmoud's imprisonment behind us, and yet even from within its walls, he sends you his gratitude for showing up today, for refusing to look away. Your presence here is a declaration. We will not accept the criminalization of dissent against genocide. Free Mahmoud, free all of Gina's prisoners, and free Palestine.
We'll now hear a statement from the New Orleans chapter of the Palestinian Youth Movement.
My name is Hakam from the Palestinian Youth Movement of New Orleans. I'll remind us today that Mahmoud Khalil is not just a name on a case. He's a loving husband, a soon-to-be father, and now a political prisoner in front of a kangaroo court. Let's be absolutely clear about what's happening. Mahmoud was abducted by the United States government for daring to speak out against the genocide that this very government has been actively funding and facilitating. The courtroom we just left tells a damning story. The federal government has failed to present even a shred of evidence against Mahmoud, yet they still plan to deport him. Why? Because he exercised his First Amendment rights, the very freedoms this country claims to hold sacred. Maybe they are for some, but not all. Make no mistake, Mahmoud's case transcends one man's struggle. This case lays bare the hypocrisy at the heart of our system. The United States professes to champion due process, freedom of speech, and the presumption of innocence, while simultaneously denying those very rights to an entire segment of our population. At the whims of a Secretary of State who writes a 2-page letter that is both undated and unsubstantiated. What was their crime? Vocal opposition to genocide? Their offense? Actively working to stop the slaughter of people in Gaza and across Palestine? The targeting of Mahmoud Khalil, Rumaisa Osturk, Ali Riza Darudi, and the others abducted by the state is not a national security issue. It's about instilling fear. It's about scaring the American public into submission so they won't speak out against the U.S.-funded occupation of Palestine and this regime's ongoing genocide in Gaza. But we are here today to deliver a message. These tactics will fail. Our movement remains strong, and it grows stronger with each act of repression. We will continue to speak up, to organize, and take the streets until our demands are met. We will not allow fear to control us. Because remaining true to our principles is what Mahmoud and the other political prisoners have shown us matters the most. I remind you, after hearing the verdict from a kangaroo court that was predetermined before the case even began, Mahmoud left us with a message. He said, please show the urgency that you had for this case, for the hundreds of prisoners detained and locked up behind us. He had the empathy to care about others in a moment that should have been about him, about injustice that happened to him. These are the people that this government decides that should be deported. The Trump administration, we say, the people are not afraid. We refuse to be silent in the face of your attacks on working people and the movement for Palestine. As the past months of speeches and actions from Mahmoud and Palestine have proven, our movement is only growing stronger and more broad in the face of these immoral attacks. The people, united, will never be defeated.